At exactly 5:40 a.m., Daniel Carter's alarm rang for the third time. He didn't move. The room was still dark, the kind of darkness that felt heavy, like it had weight. Outside his small Chicago apartment, the city was waking up, buses groaning, distant sirens, footsteps on wet pavement. Inside, Daniel lay staring at the ceiling, counting the cracks he'd memorized over the past 3 years. 3 years since his life had quietly collapsed. Daniel was 36, once considered brilliant, once called the future by people who no longer returned his calls. He used to wear tailored suits, now he wore whatever was clean. He used to wake up with purpose, now he woke up with reminders. The reminder today was an email. It had arrived at 2:13 a.m. From Eleanor Whitman. Subject: one last offer. Daniel finally sat up and rubbed his face. His reflection stared back at him from the black screen of his phone, tired eyes, and shaven jaw. A man paused between who he was and who he feared he'd become. Eleanor Whitman was his former mentor. The woman reminding him of everything he'd lost. 3 years earlier, Daniel had been unstoppable. At 33, he was a senior project director at one of New York's fastest-growing architectural firms. His designs were bold, human, meaningful. He didn't just build structures, he built spaces where life happened. And then came Project Atlas. A multi-million-dollar urban redevelopment meant to transform neglected neighborhoods. It was supposed to be Daniel's legacy. But deadlines tightened, investors pressured, corners were cut. Daniel saw the flaws. He raised concerns. They told him to sign off anyway. And when he refused, when he sent an internal report exposing safety violations, the company didn't thank him. They erased him. The project failed publicly. The firm blamed Daniel privately. His reputation burned faster than he could defend himself. Within weeks, job offers disappeared. Within months, his marriage cracked under financial stress and emotional distance. By the end of the year, Daniel had nothing but a suitcase and silence. Back to the present, the email waited. Daniel opened it. Daniel, I won't pretend the past didn't happen. But I believe in your work, and your integrity. I'm leading a new initiative in New York. Smaller budget, bigger responsibility. If you want a second chance, this is it. Eleanor. Second chance. Those words scared him more than failure ever had. Because hope required courage. The choice. Daniel spent the day walking the city. Past construction sites. Past people rushing to lives that felt distant. He watched workers pour concrete and wondered how many unseen mistakes lived beneath smooth surfaces. That night, he called his sister, Maria. You're afraid, she said simply. I don't trust the system, Daniel replied. No, she corrected him. You don't trust yourself to survive another fall. Her words stayed with him. At midnight, Daniel booked a one-way ticket to New York. New York City. The office was smaller. No glass towers. No ego. Eleanor met him with a firm handshake and tired eyes. This isn't redemption, she said. It's responsibility. Daniel nodded. That's all I want. The project involved affordable housing in Brooklyn, families who had been ignored, pushed aside, forgotten. Daniel worked harder than ever before. He questioned everything, documented every decision, fought when something felt wrong. For the first time, he wasn't chasing success. He was protecting people. The crisis. 6 months in, an investor demanded cost reductions. Unsafe reductions. The room fell silent as Daniel spoke. We don't build lies, he said. If you want shortcuts, find another director. This time, something different happened. Others backed him. The project paused. Budgets were reworked. Safety held. For the first time in years, Daniel felt something unfamiliar. Respect. The opening night. On a cold evening in November, families moved into their new homes. Children ran through hallways. Lights turned on. Laughter echoed. Daniel stood outside, hands in his coat pockets. Eleanor joined him. You could have played it safe, she said. Daniel smiled softly. I did. I stayed honest. Ending. Later that night, Daniel returned to his apartment, this one bigger, brighter, earned. He opened his laptop and began sketching again. Not for approval, not for praise, but because building something real mattered. Sometimes, life doesn't reward talent. It tests integrity. And sometimes, the silence between decisions is where a person finally becomes who they were meant to be. Final line perfect for voiceover ending. Success is loud. Integrity is quiet. But only one lasts.